Do the roll call.
Karina ran to the printers. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. George Thomas.
He's in, he called. He has an excused absence, and so does Maria Skelton also.
All right. Howard Benjamin.
Here.
I'm here. Stacy Rains. Jason Ackerman.
Here.
Paul Anand.
Present.
John Camara.
Thank you.
What was that? Uh-oh. I have one.
Carino.
Carino is out copying agendas.
Okay. Steve Friedman.
Here, present.
Jacob Lynn. John Hendry.
Here.
Joseph Lazarovitz.
Here.
Jeffrey Lynn.
Here.
Jerry Martin.
Here.
Veronica Marin.
Here. Baron?
I don't see her.
All right. Penny Meyer. Austin Knoll.
Here.
Kathleen Patton. Here. And Maria is absent.
Thank you. All right, the next item on the agenda is public comment. I have a comment card from Mr. Marez.
Donna was going first with that.
We don't have a card from her.
We did pledge
We did the Pledge of Allegiance.
Just missed it.
Thank you. 2 minutes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, we got a lot to do here, and, Van Nuys, we still have, first of all, I'd like to thank Jason Ackerman, I forgot to say that, for bringing up video conferencing in Van Nuys when he was in Van Nuys. Thank you very much.
No problem.
And so anyway, we need to fix the sidewalks, and luckily in our area, they did move some of the homeless away. They have huge, big encampments, but we still have a problem with big tents going all over the place. It doesn't make any city look good. We need to find a better way to house, to be able to have proper housing, not just living in a tent. And so we need to fix the sidewalks and fix the streets. And I'm hoping that the city council will still be as vigilant as has in the past and still keep up going where, it's still doing well. And I'm still hoping to see Jeanette up there, so maybe. So anyway, can't think of too much to say except keep up the good work, Van Nuys.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have a comment card from Brenda Villanueva.
Remember, Mr. President, she's looking to be on the board.
Guess I'm being nominated. Well, hello. First of all, I just wanted to say that I'm very thankful for the work that we've done this year in prevention in Van Nuys together as, council and just community members. And then the two things that I wanted to bring up, the first thing is that this current year, thankfully the county has actually expanded our grant. So we're actually going to be able to also work on tackling prescription pill abuse as well as over the counter. So we're going to be working with local hospitals as well to try to do take-backs. And we're also going to be able to be working with methamphetamines and other illicit drugs as far as our prevention work goes. With the retailers, actually, right now, what we're trying to do is bridge the gap between law enforcement and the retailers that we actually got to join our Merchant Committed project in trying to actually take responsible beverage service, seriously. And the first thing that we're going to start shopping around is basically this poster, just to try to eliminate the signage. A lot of the retailers, what happens is that on their front store windows, they have too much signage, and a lot of it is laws that are required by ABC to be posted, but they just have it on different posters or different things, and so it just makes it very, cluttery, and you can't look inside or outside. So we're trying to eliminate that by shopping this to them, and basically that's it. We thank you for the work that you guys have been doing with us, and proud to still be working with you guys, and look forward to the work we're going to do this year. So thank you.
Thank you.
For sure.
Final comment card, Mr. Marez.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Again, congratulations on your election. First of all, I want to thank Ms. Quinlan for being here from Department of Neighborhood Council. Thank you. It's going to be a little messy for the next few meetings, but thank you for being here. And Mr. President, you know, you're as successful as the people around you. And I want to thank Mr. Benjamin. Look at it. I mean, this gentleman does everything. He's over there doing the water. He's like, can we give him a big hand? I mean, it's just, you know, we knock heads, but that gentleman is an outstanding. That's what Van Nuys is all about, people like him. I do have an issue. I've heard that we might be discussing putting money into naming streets or something. You know, one of the greatest city councilmen that ever represented the city of Los Angeles, Nardi Bernardi, who served here for 32 years. You know, there's nothing
I know.
that really shows his name. We have Mr. Browdy. We have, of course, the now congressman who has 3 buildings in his name. But, you know, I think this is something that should be placed on the next agenda. We find out what kind of costs we're talking. There's so many things that can be done in Van Nuys. If you walk up and down Van Nuys Boulevard, it is absolutely disgusting to walk up and down and see all the homeless. Now, they say we can't move the homeless because they have a right to be there. But if they're blocking the pathway of the public, they have to be removed. And that's what's happening between Kittredge and Van Owen.
Who do you think should do that? Who should do that?
I don't know. It's public comment. I'm just supposed.
Do you have any,
Somebody hold my-
do you have any solutions, or are you just gonna give us all the problems of the world?
This is public comment, Mr.
Freeman, this is public comment.
Public comment, now's not the time. Just please.
Okay.
I know you won't solve it, sir, because all you do is sit there.
You just blather on. You have no solutions at all.
I've had
Can
solutions
we
for
please
many
keep
years.
this another-
Mr. Friedman, this is out of order.
Mr. Freeman, I can show you over 120 certificates of all the work I've done. So
Timed out. Is he timed out?
No, he's
No, it
not. I
isn't.
stopped.
No, because you're preventing him from being timed out.
You know, you should be recalled, Mr. Freeman, because you haven't done nothing. You were appointed. You were
Sit down. Sit down.
appointed. All right, there goes Mr. Trump Thump over there. But, Mr. President, we can clean up Van Nuys. We can get Van Nuys cleaned up. We can do a lot of good things here. We just need people like Mr. Benjamin and others to work together with you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Thank you. Yes, you may.
Yes, may I please come to the podium?
No, I'm not going to because it's too hard.
Very well.
Too much pain. You'll just have to forgive me. I'll sit here and talk
As long as
loud.
we can hear you.
Please speak to me.
That's what I do.
Yeah,
Okay,
give
what
us
I-
everyone else.
Jake.
back and forth here. Okay, what I wanted to say was.
Yes.
They have been cleaning them up, but they keep coming back. There's a couple of ones up the street with tents and whatever, but they came on my street. They cleaned up probably, 2 big dump truck, trash trucks full of stuff. Police department is who does it, Mr. Freeman. And they came and they ousted a bunch of them, and they were under the underpass at, Santa Fe and, yes, thank you, and you know, because you read on that. So
Yeah.
They were all gone. A few of them came back, but they got rid of them again. Now there's a tent on, where is that? Right by the plant, right behind the Burger King. And there's one, or 2 up the street, and there's a really messy little one where there's this grate and the ladies behind and stuff. But for the most part, compared to the way it was, it's 1,000% better. But when we take the police to go do that off the streets, then we're taking them away from other safety issues too. So I'm just saying, I agree with you, it has to be done. And who does it, it's them, but we should try to find someone else.
Yeah, I'd just like to say I was in a meeting at Councilmember Martinez's office last week, and she was explaining that problem. And as Ms. Hopp just said, the answer to your question is LAPD is supposed to do it, and the problem is that diverts resources from other things, as she just said. And the further problem is as soon as they get rid of them, they come back, and it's very difficult to get them to voluntarily leave. So it's a big problem. It's all over the city. They're doing the best they can to try and deal with
It's
it.
all over the world.
Okay, well, we're not in charge of the world, Mr. Freeman. We're just in charge of here, and right here, it's LAPD. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And I have one more comment card from Beverly Simpson.
Good evening, council members. I'm just responding to what Candy was saying and to the gentleman on the end. I drive the bicycle path, the Van Nuys bicycle path, almost every morning. The word used earlier was disgusting. Not only is it disgusting, it's terrifyingly scary. There is needles, there's drug paraphernalia, bottles of pills. And to answer your question, what am I doing about it? I took my 17-year-old son for a whole week every evening around 7 o'clock, and we walked with garbage bags. And we picked up what we could. We actually cleaned the area between Vesper and the 7-Eleven store. It really looked good. I mean, it really looked nice. And we thought together that if it were less dirty, then maybe people would be less inclined to shove their coffee cup in the chain link fence. But, you know, a week later, it was right back again. I see the people. There's men urinating wherever they want. There's human feces everywhere. It's really sad. And a few weeks ago, we had a gentleman here asking to make a film about beautification of Van Nuys. And I thought to myself, what would he film? What would he film? And we talk about making Van Nuys Boulevard beautiful. Why can't we start right where Van Nuys begins? When I drive into Van Nuys, I drive in Van Nuys Boulevard right at the bus station, and the first thing I see is scary, horrible stuff. On Etna, there's a homeless encampment that you're not allowed to cross the sidewalks or block the sidewalks. There's 17 tents pitched there. Fortunately or unfortunately, it's an industrial area. There's not really walk-by pedestrians other than other homeless. I am trying to do something. I will contact Nuys' office, and maybe if we could start some kind of a bike path. Another thing, there's no trash cans on the bike path. I don't know if that's because they want to prevent fires or the garbage will blow out, but I don't know why
Thank
there
you for your
isn't
input, man. Your
a
time is
trash
up.
can.
Your time is up. Thank you.
Okay, I just want to tell you, I love the bike path and continue
Your-
to use it, but it's very scary
Your time is
right
up.
now.
Thank you.
Thank you. What? How many comments? Yeah, the politicians, okay. Right. All right, okay. All right, next, representatives of public officials. I don't want to play favorites. I haven't done this before. Is there anyone here from Mr. Nazarian's office? No. No. From Mr. Kokorian's office? No. You're welcome. I'm sorry. I'll get the hang of it.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. Since I will not see you by then, I'm trying to let you guys know now. So just a couple of things. Van Nuys Elementary School. As most of you guys know, it's one of the elementary schools in Council District 2. Our office has pitched the idea to UCLA to clean up the school, to paint the school, to fix a garden at the school. It's one of many ideas that has been given to UCLA. It's on their volunteer day that they actually pick who they're gonna help out or which community. So I pitched the Van Nuys idea. So hopefully that gets selected. And a couple of other things. So we all talked about the Van Nuys community party. So we kind of finalized more things. We're calling it the Van Nuys Community Block Party. I have a flyer for everybody. I placed it on the table. If people are interested, please pick it up. Free admission, people are donating moon bounces, dunk tanks, and things like that. Most of the funding you guys are providing, thank you, will be going to pretty much help with some permits, printing, advertising, banners, and costs like that. Costs that won't reoccur because these are materials we could use over and over again. So it's a little cost for a long kind of hopefully positive thing. The other thing I wanted to talk about, one of the things everyone started bringing up today was homelessness and what's going on. The city just recently passed its budget, and I just want to quickly go over some of the numbers. We're adding $334 million in our reserve funds, highest it's ever been in our city history. $93.14 million in our budget stabilization fund, which means, God forbid, if something goes wrong again, we'll be able to kind of counteract that. We will be, sorry, I'm reading this off my phone. We'll be adding 1,500 beds for shelters for homeless people to stay in. I know homelessness is a big issue. We're also adding 190 annual winter shelter beds for people to stay warm in the winter. And we're also adding 500 domestic violence shelter beds for women who deal with domestic issues.
Bravo.
Thank you. At this moment, I really want to invite somebody who I have from Valley College, Dana. She is the representative for Workforce Training Program. She's going to talk about 4 programs that the Valley College offers for free, and one specific one for just for veterans. So, Dana,
Hey.
if you could please.
Thank you, Sahag. Really appreciate you yielding some of your time to me. And thank you all for taking a minute just to listen to what LA Valley College has to offer. I understand that there is a time is of a concern, so I will make it brief.
Thank you.
Yes. But we really want to make sure that everyone knows that LA Valley College job training, workforce training is a resource to the community as a whole. We're trying to work on our unemployment rate and put people back to work, and that's what all our academies are all about. We have 4 short-term training academies meeting from 2 weeks to 6 weeks, and they're completely free for the individuals that take them. Anyone who is unemployed that is looking for work, these academies are what we're calling reverse engineered. We're working with partner employers, and we're finding out exactly what their needs are and who they want to hire, what skills they need, and then we're implementing that in our training, along with soft skills, including resumes, how to interview, conflict resolution, management, safety, things like that as well. The one that most concentrates on our veteran population, we've seen veterans excel in this incredibly, is the Biomanufacturing Technology Academy. These are all entry-level positions, but I'll just tell you a couple of outcomes real quick. All 4 academies all together, they end up having an 87% placement rate. Anyone who goes through the academies, they do get a job. In the it's amazing, right? It's absolutely amazing.
It's terrific.
In the Biomanufacturing Technology Academy, this last academy, it was amazing. We had 100% employment at the end of our academy. So, but we need your help. We need your help. We have more seats and more availability in this academy than are being filled. We have empty seats and we can fill them. So if you can all spread the word, this is the best possible way to get people face-to-face into our academy. I'd like to leave flyers over there for everyone.
Please.
I'll also leave my card, and anyone who wants to contact me, I appreciate what you're doing here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you'll send us a link to the flyer, we'll be happy to put it on the
That would be
website.
wonderful.
Okay.
Howard.
Thank you, Howard. And last but not least,
Excuse me. Oh, sorry, no, people from the back of the audience, please.
Sure.
Talking to me on the podium, thank you.
so we were going to have a free event, and we just offered a free program thanks to LA Valley College. I want to kind of bring up my counterpart in CD6, Guillermo. We do have certificates from all the council members in the San Fernando Valley to recognize a few of the board members who've been around for a long time and won't be. Guillermo, you want to take it away?
Yeah, sure.
The first one.
Okay, so we're going to present the first certificate for Maria Skelton.
She's not here tonight.
Here today? Okay. The next one for Charles Robbins.
He's not here.
He's not here tonight. Here either.
He's not here any night.
Not here anymore.
Yeah.
Joseph Lazarovitz.
He's right here.
Come on.
Bingo.
Ding, ding, ding.
The certificate is basically to thank you for all your services in Van Nuys and the city of Los Angeles. Thank you, Joseph.
Jerry, pass it down, Liv.
Thank you.
Yep, yep.
Okay, they're making their way down that way.
George is not here today.
George is
but
also not here.
we do have one
Here's
other
more,
special one for Howard Benjamin.
Yeah, Howard.
This one seems to be kind of loose also. Well, maybe this is part of.
Oh, yeah.
They're a different agenda. I mean, it's a different.
Gotcha.
I copied it with my notes on.
We already.
I think I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just quickly, the program that this young lady was talking about.
Yes.
I'm not sure if there was any tie-in with LA Unified, because all of their adult school have people going to learn
Where did I wind up with all these things?
And they have the screens that will be a great tie-in for, so if you have something I
Yeah,
can
how
give to the adult school up in, on your Melody, the director there.
Good idea.
Help us, comment.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Guillermo?
Don't feel like.
Okay, great, and congratulations to all the folks who were elected last month. This is your first official meeting, I guess.
How can you tell?
But no, so far so good. You guys are doing a great job, and I know that in the future you guys are going to have nothing but success. So I do have a few things I want to announce. I brought a few flyers here with me. So I'll start off with this one. I left some, all the flyers that I brought, I left them over there. But this summer, from June 13th to August 12th, at over 100 locations in Los Angeles, parks will be offering free summer lunch to all kids and teens ages 1 to 18. There's no registration, no sign up, no sign in, just come and eat. And they're going to be offered by the City of Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks Summer Food Service Program. And in fact, here in the Van Nuys area, the participating parks are both Delano Park and Van Nuys Rec Center. I do have another flyer, and the flyers are up there. You know, if anybody wants to grab one, I'll be sure to send an electronic copy as well. I do have something else here. As we're approaching 4th of July, I got these earlier today from Cheryl Cashman at Van Nuys CPAB, and it's the annual flyer, take notice, all fireworks are illegal in the city of Los Angeles, and it has a list of things, and these are actually both in English and in Spanish. I have this one as well, fireworks, play it safe, go to a public show near you, www.safejuly4th.org, and there's a phone number as well, and these are in English and Spanish as well. Let's see, and last but not least, Saturday, June 18th, from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. We're going to be setting this up at Delano Park, but we're going to be doing another community cleanup, and we're going to be covering the parameters of Irwin Street to Victory, Noble to Sepulveda. So we're going to have tools, supplies, we're going to have a bin, and we're going to have a lot of people come out. So if you guys want to come out and help out with that, that would be fantastic. Cleanups are actually pretty fun, and it's a way to get out there, participate, and clean up the area. So I do have flyers for that as well. I know I've sent the electronic copies of that, but for what I've presented today, I'll make sure to send an electronic copy so that you guys can do dissemination of these as well. Much appreciated. Yeah, if anybody has anything else, I'll be sitting over here. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes.
Sir, in regards to the contract that used to be on Van Nuys Road, it was roughly around $55,000. It was there for many, many years. It never increased. Is that still in existence, or has that gone away? Because who's handling the trash? If you look up and down the street right now, all the trash cans are
From my understanding, it's the Bureau of Sanitation. Prior to that, some of the trash cans were being serviced, I believe, by the Knights of Columbus.
I'm not just counting that.
Well,
Wait a second, what are we doing?
From my understanding, it's still binding.
Okay, who carries it?
Knights of Columbus.
Excuse me.
That was for
What
the
are we
Bureau of
doing?
Services.
Public questioning, sir.
Right, but he's at the podium.
What?
I filled out a card and maybe.
Yes.
Swear on the card.
There's a card for each item.
I know.
Okay, but we're not to the item yet.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks, Guillermo.
Or five.
Anyone here from Congressman Cardenas's office? Or Senator Hertzberg's office? I understand we have someone from Member Schmerelson's office, if I said that correctly.
Ratliff's.
Pardon me? Radcliffe, I'm sorry about that. Oh, I recognize you. What's your name?
Good evening. I'm David Gonzalez. I'm here on behalf of School Board Member Monica Ratliff, and we represent your local public schools here in Van Nuys. I'm here to invite you all to participate in a public forum. We're looking for a new local superintendent for the East San Fernando Valley who will directly oversee the schools here. The current local superintendent is retiring, and we're having two opportunities to meet the candidates to take this role. The first one is Saturday, June 11th, from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Pacoima Middle School. And the second opportunity will be on Monday, June 13th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here at Van Nuys High School. So I have flyers with that information up front. I also know that you will be considering later tonight a request by Ms. Robina Sewell with the California Safe Schools to provide a grant to our local schools to go on the field trip. And on behalf of Principal Lawrence Kraft of Sylvan Park Elementary and Principal Franny Goldstein of Van Nuys Elementary, I would like for you to strongly consider voting yes for this grant. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. That'll bring us to the committee chair reports. Do we have any committees other than the secretary and the treasurer that have reports? Huh?
Government relations.
You want to go first? Okay. Government Relations Committee Chair, Mr. Anand.
So I'd like to say that we had a very fruitful meeting last month with quite a few attendees, and we went over our standing rules, and we also will be tackling kind of how our bylaws are written and try and consolidate them back with our previous bylaws. So that we have actual standing committees. As it stands now, we have no standing committees. All of our committees are ad hoc.
Other than executive.
Other than executive and, is there another one or no?
No, that's the only one in the bylaws.
No, just executive. So, so I want to thank all of my members that were there at that meeting, and we did vote. So we do have a new business that I will go ahead and comment on when we reach that item.
Thank you. Secretary, do you have a report?
I do not.
Do you have the minutes, or?
They're incomplete, but I do have minutes.
Okay. All right. So when we get those? When we have those completed, do you think?
I'll get them done tonight.
Okay, thank you. All right, and that brings us to the treasurer's report. Mrs. Madam Treasurer.
So we have a lot to go over, and
Thank you.
I'm trying to find, I typed up a little bit of kind of a summary, and I didn't print enough because my printer broke right before the meeting. So if you guys can kind of share, pass it down, maybe one. There you go. So under the treasurer's report, we also have a lot of motions to do. Because, let's see, what did I say? So I was elected treasurer in November, right? I was becoming acting treasurer in December. So I'm responsible for pretty much all paperwork, monthly expenditure reports from December until now. Where's my packet? I'll just pass these.
Take that away.
4 down.
Okay.
Please give me everything back because I don't have a ton of copies, but you can pass those 2 down to that side, these 2 down to this side. Those are December through April. I didn't get to print out May, but that's what MERs should look like. What they used to look like was like this budget report thing that really confused me for the longest time. You can go ahead and pass that down.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Let me pass down the annual budget. So also, the good news is our accounts were never frozen since I've been treasurer. We were threatened, but they have never actually been frozen. I've been working really hard to make sure that they weren't frozen with the department, making sure I do everything the way we're supposed to. But one of the things is we were almost threatened again because I was a little bit behind on my reports. And the reason I was behind is because I've been taking the last few months to try to put everything together, even though I didn't have everything. And the most confusing part is you'll see from that October budget report, it looks as though our budget started in October and not July. So that was super, super confusing. I worked with Angie from Nazarian's office. She's also a treasurer of her neighborhood council. We sat together for 4 hours to go over all the MERs. I redid the ones that I did in December and January because I realized those probably weren't accurate. And that's why we're going to reapprove them tonight. And then I finally finished February through until now. And what I did for that, because the way the department, I think, requires us, right, Kathleen? I don't know if it's preferred, but I thought we were required to have it on the Excel spreadsheet, right? Like, remember the original
So if you write it out, as long as it's on that MER sheet, it doesn't matter if you write it out or if it's on an Excel or whatever. It's just what is easiest for you to review and calculate. So it's recommended that it's on the Excel just because it's easier to read, but beyond that, you should be okay.
Well, but the problem with these reports that I was given is it didn't fit with the report that the department wanted me to use.
Right, no, that's correct. So the form that you have, that some of you have in front of you, yeah, that's the correct form. The department won't accept any other form.
So, and that's why it took me months to figure it out, because based off of this sheet, it was really confusing for me to understand what was the adopted budget category, what was our spent category, and what was our remaining balance. And I noticed like mistakes, there was remaining balance in the adopted budget category. So it took me months, and what me and Angie eventually settled on doing, because I could be responsible for being audited, and I was getting really overwhelmed by purchases that were made without my knowledge of or approval of or anything. And when I hear from the department, we must approve everything before we can spend it, and I have expenditures I have to reconcile and don't know where the votes are, what the vote count is, or the minutes don't reflect what's supposed to be actually happening in the meeting. So what me and Angie decided to just do was take the statement, because that's what it really comes down to. We took the Union Bank statement from July until now, and I just went through, I think I have something I can show for that too. I took the statement and broke down every expenditure and kind of had to guess on some of what category they would be in, and then started from December going based off of that. Oh, here it is. So here's the first two sheets. You'll see it's everything from December until like January, because that was what was again handed off to me. So I spent everything, I calculated everything that was spent. You'll see my little markings, operation or outreaches in each category. So I took, based off of that, I started my monthly expenditures from December going forward. So, and it looks correct to me. Unfortunately, the department doesn't give you feedback, like in a timely manner, or if at all. You'll only know if you did it wrong if they audit you. So there it is. That's everything. I didn't get to print everything, so for the May MER and our annual budget, if you guys want to come and look at the computer, it's all up here. It's just not printed out. And I will print out extra copies for next month. So yeah, so the first motion, I guess we should make. Thank you. It took forever. The first motion we should make is to approve March's MER, because so we do the MER for the month before. In the month of April, I was not here, so we didn't do it. And then in the month of May, we forgot. So we need to, first and foremost, approve the MER for the month of March.
Okay.
And that MER should be circulating up here too, so.
All right. Can we go from just December, January, February?
Yeah,
You want to just go through them like that?
yeah.
That's how it's on the agenda, so we might as well do it
Might
that
as
way.
well.
Easiest way. All right. I'm sorry. So are you through the presentation?
Yeah,
You don't have to be. I'm just
I'm not,
asking.
no,
Okay,
but
go
let's get all the votes for every MER done, and then I'll move on to the
Mr.
next.
Chair, one sec. If I may, I'd like to ask Ms. Quinn a quick question. Can we consolidate the votes for the MERs? Can we just vote on them in one fell swoop as one motion?
No, it has to be done. So since they're funding items, anything with public funds is always considered special. My suggestion is to do it individually.
All right.
But go through it as quickly as you feel you need to.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Shall we vote? Shall we dance? All right. Then I'll go to item.
Is there any other committee chairs first?
All right. Are there?
We should get the MERs approved first before.
Well, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me just do her MERs right now, and then I'll come back. All right. So we're going to go straight to item 6C, which is the first MER, Budget and Finance Committee item. VNNC to vote to approve the monthly expenditure.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. My only concern is that we are going to vote in a budget that is already done. So I don't know if that will be efficient. I don't know if it will be in compliance, because we're voting in something that we are new officers.
No, we're not voting on a new budget. We're just voting on stuff that we spent in prior months. If you look at the report and you agree with.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I don't know if we are in compliance with Dawn, because we are a new board. You know?
Kathleen could probably
answer that.
Actually, yes. So the second that you take office and you're seated officially, you essentially absorb the responsibilities
Oh, okay.
Of taking action on anything. going
Okay, I
forward.
just wanted to make sure.
Oh, yeah, no, and thank you for asking. Also, Stacy, I think that there is somebody that you can call to kind of walk you through it with the downtown office. It's either going to be Lele, Nancy, or Claude.
On if it was done correctly?
Right.
Okay.
And they should hopefully set aside some time. I would suggest making an appointment and just being like, okay.
I'll reach out to Claude. Yeah.
Because you should be able to know if something's wrong.
Yeah.
All right, back to item 6E. VNNC to vote to approve the MER, which means monthly expenditures report for the month of December 2015, prepared by the VNNC treasurer and submitted to the appropriate city department. Mr. Secretary, call the roll.
All right. Jeffrey Lynn.
Yes.
Jason Ackerman.
Yes.
I'm saying yes. Stacy Rains. Paul Anand.
Yes.
Jacob Lynn.
Yes.
Howard Benjamin.
Yes.
John Hendry.
Yes.
Joseph Lavarovitz.
Yes.
Jerry Martin.
Yes.
Veronica Marin.
Yes.
Penny Meyer. Austin Knoll.
Yes.
Kathleen Patton.
Yes.
Maria Skelton's absent. All right. John Camara.
Yes.
Carino.
Yes.
Steve Friedman.
Yes.
All right.
I think it passes.
All right, 17. It is approved.
Yep, thank you, Mr. Secretary. That brings us to 6D, the VNNC to vote to approve the MER for the month of January 2016, prepared by the VNNC treasurer and submitted to the appropriate city department. Call the roll.
You have to make a motion.
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
All right. So
This is for January.
Yes.
All right, Jeffrey Lynn.
Yes.
Jason Ackerman.
yes.
I'm saying yes. Stacy. Okay. Paul Anand.
Yes.
Jacob Lynn.
Yes.
George Thomas. No, he's absent. Sorry. Howard Benjamin.
Yes.
John Hendry.
Yes.
Joseph Lavarovitz.
Yes.
Jerry Martin.
Yes.
Veronica Marin.
Yes.
Penny Meyer.
Off of this thing now.
Yes.
Austin Knoll.
Yes.
Kathleen Patton. John Camara.
Yes.
Carino de la Cuesta.
why.
Steve Friedman.
Yes.
All right. 17, it's approved.
All right. 6E, the VNNC to vote to approve the MER for the month of February 2016, prepared by the VNNC treasurer, to be submitted to the appropriate city department. I move that we vote on that. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Secretary.
All right. Jeffrey Lynn.
Yes.
Jason Ackerman. Yes. Stacy.
Yes.
Paul Anand.
Yes.
Jacob Lynn.
Yes.
Howard Benjamin.
Yes.
John Hendry.
Yes.
Joseph Lavarovitz.
Yes.
Jerry Martin.
Yes.
Veronica Marin.
Veronica.
Sorry. Yes.
Penny Meyer.
Yes. Sorry.
Austin Knoll.
Yes.
Kathleen Patton.
Yes.
John Camara.
Yes.
Carino de la Cuesta.
Yes.
Steve Friedman.
Yes.
All right, we have 17. It's approved.
Thank you. Item 6F on the agenda, the VNNC to vote to approve the MER for the month of March 2016, prepared by the treasurer to be submitted to the appropriate city department. I move that we vote. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Secretary.
Jeffrey Lynn.
Yes.
Jason Ackerman.
Yes.
Stacy. Paul Anand.
Yes.
Jacob Lynn.
Yes.
Howard Benjamin.
Yes.
John Hendry.
Yes.
Joseph Lavarovitz.
Yes.
Jerry Martin.
Yes.
Veronica Marin.
Yes.
Penny Meyer.
Yes.
Austin Knoll.
Yes.
Kathleen Patton.
Yes.
John Camara.
Yes.
Carino.
Yes.
Steve Friedman.
Yes.
Anybody wants to think of it.
17 votes. It's approved.
Thank you. Item 6G, the VNNC to vote to approve the MER for the month of April 2016 as prepared by the treasurer to be submitted to the appropriate city department. I move that we vote on that item. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Secretary.
Jeffrey Lynn.
Yes.
Jason Ackerman.
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Paul Anand.
Yes.
Jacob Lind.